How are you?
Hi, good. Well, I just have to first start out by thanking all of you just intensely. I don't know if you got a chance to see my email I sent, but I'm referring to Aiden. He
Oh
has,
yeah, I did get a
yeah,
chance to read that. Yeah.
okay, awesome. So all of his, I was just thrilled to see like his blood work just everything just seemed to significantly get better this past month.
Remind me because we fired through about 40 emails and I've been writing for the
Sure,
last three several days, so my brain's a little mush right now. So remind me.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the one who
Well, I remember that,
has
but like, what did the test say? Like, I
yeah,
remember she read them to me, but I can't remember what they said.
yeah, so his red blood cell count, his hemoglobin, his hematocrit, and a couple others all went up dramatically
Okay.
for the month, and that he's been on the frankincense and the myrrh and taking the cistus. And then his white blood cells are a little bit under range. They're like 3.77, and they should be at least above 4.5. So that was the only thing left in that area that probably still needs to be addressed. But I just have to tell you, like, his spine, the X-rays aren't showing it yet, but his body is looking so much more in alignment, and
Oh, good.
his yeah his he and all of his therapies are really starting to click and come together, and he's beginning to break through emotional like stored emotions within him and just breathe through them and just release. I feel like he's releasing so many thought forms, and he's able
Oh,
to work
good,
through
good,
them
good.
really,
And
really, really nicely.
it makes sense because if you think about it, like we're with the three wise men, which is frankincense and myrrh. I don't know if you're using the blend or you're just mixing frankincense and myrrh together, but it's basically the same thing.
We're
And
just using
so,
the separate ones.
right. So the reason to use those is to jumpstart the endocrine system. I mean, they're anti-inflammatory. They stimulate cerebral spinal fluid circulation, but also part of our mental processes is really more the endocrine system functioning through the nervous system than it is, some psychological thing. A lot of what we think of as thoughts is endocrine function. And
Mm-hmm.
so that that he's processing things, that there's like shifts in mood and things like that, all of that is reflective of really stimulating the endocrine function. And that combination is good for pain and for inflammation. I mean, it's good for a lot of different things. And it's a really simple combination, but it's very, very powerful. It has a big impact on the hypothalamus. And so the one issue that he's still having was, what was it? White blood cell count was down.
Yeah, white blood
Let's
cell count is down, and we don't know where his testosterone is. He hasn't been retested for that, but we're going back at the end of February. I would insist that she run another test before we do anything, because I don't want him to be on any type of extra hormones. He's been off the growth hormone ever since December, like the beginning of December, because we can't even get a hold of it, which is actually, I think, a blessing.
Yeah,
And he's improving.
right.
Um,
And so the issues why he was taking the human growth hormone, it,
because he's a well, he just turned 20 yesterday, and he was not growing at all. And
okay.
in high school, he looked like he was still in the beginnings of middle school.
Okay.
Um, and so he's taken a couple years off from going to college because we've been trying to figure this stuff out. And he's a little bit above me now. He's about 5'5", but we want to get, he might, or maybe a little bit shy of 5'5". We want to get a couple more inches out of him just to help him out, because he should be a little bit taller.
Okay.
It's just that, you know, we've got the spine is starting to straighten.
Right.
He's starting to balance out with his hormones. We don't want to go the testosterone route. We just want to keep going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I think we're making some really excellent progress. He's working with a chiropractor, and she's doing releases on him. And he's going to the massage therapist, and she does all sorts of techniques with him every single week. So,
okay.
And the physical therapist too. So we're like,
yeah, he's getting a good work over.
Where we are totally, I mean, we're determined. Like come the fall, he's going out to Denver, and we're like, we got to put them all back together.
I hear you. Well, I would like to still like try to bump up his white blood cell count. And so the way to do that like quickly is to utilize German chamomile, and like probably just 2 or 3 drops a day, having do it daily for like maybe two weeks, and then stop, and then like just take a week off and then do 2 weeks again.
Okay.
After that, he probably won't. Yeah.
Okay.
He probably won't need it after that. I mean, it's what, like almost a point off.
Okay.
That should be enough. Like unless there's some big thing, because here's the thing with the German chamomile. It will stimulate the production of white blood cells, but the other thing that's really great is it cleans up a bunch of the metabolic debris that can happen, that, you know, is like precursors to inflammation or a byproduct of an infection, or just if the body's been toxic. It's like a very good like metabolic like janitor, you could call it. And so it would kind of clean things up a little bit. I mean, I don't know that he needs tons of that, but that his white blood cell count is a little low. There's probably got to be a little bit of some cleanup there. And then after that, once it stabilizes, like I'm with you. Like I'd step back and just see if it can be maintained and everything. I mean, I think the frankincense and myrrh, he's probably going to be doing that for a while. But I mean, he could do that the rest of his life and he'd be fine. You know, it's a thing that I take all the time. You know, I take it quite a bit. And I mean,
I've actually been taking some of the frankincense myself.
It feels good. I mean,
usually helpful.
Yeah. So I mean, I love that he's making that kind of progress and everything. I would just keep doing it. Like, I don't think you need to really change anything. I would just keep doing what you're doing. I don't think you need to increase dosages. The thing that I would just add is German chamomile for a little bit. And then after that, when the white blood cell count regulates, then I would keep it handy. And anytime he got sick, I would, you know, either treat it during or after with the German chamomile, just to clean the blood in the body up a bit and keep the blood cell count, you know, at a good place. But other than that, you know, the big primary thing is that frankincense and myrrh.
Okay.
And
he's
like,
taking he's taking the frankincense and myrrh like 6 to 7 drops a couple times a day.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
7-8 drops. I mean, if how big is he? He's like maybe 120 pounds, maybe, or something.
Yep. He's pretty much my body size. Poor guy.
Okay. So like 8 drops twice a day is good. I mean, if we needed to, we could bump it up more, but I'd rather see it be consistent than a big dosage and spike and then drop off. So
Okay.
yeah, consistency is better.
And he's still doing the cystos. He puts it on his temple, up
Oh,
above
good.
his eyebrows, and he takes a couple drops a little bit before he takes the frankincense.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Yeah,
Good, good.
I'm so thrilled.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I feel so freed. So
I bet, especially like at his age, the more we can keep him off hormones, the better. Later in life, that's another ball of wax. But at this age, it will affect his thoughts and his behaviors, and it'll start to affect him socially. And so that we're doing this at this point, before he goes to college and everything, I think that's perfect timing.
yeah, it's awesome. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Yeah. So can I ask just one other
Yeah.
question?